It's funny because people either get it or they don't get it. They'll come in and they'll just, oh my goodness, look at this, it's amazing. Or they walk in and just look around and say, why do you have this? You know, and it's hard to explain. My name is Rudy Muniz, and this is the Crimson Ghost Mask Room. It's my private vintage Halloween mask collection. One of the questions I'm always asked is, how many masks do you have? And it's constantly changing. You know, usually, most of the time there's a few hundred masks here. I started wearing masks as a kid because I was in love with Halloween. In the last 15 years, I really started to go deeper into collecting. My collection is kind of a reflection of the old costume shops I would visit when I was a kid. You'd go to a dime store and see them on display for Halloween. This collection is kind of a reflection of going into those costume shops and seeing walls of monster masks. Most of what you see here are masks that I wanted as a kid. They would have all of these amazing mask ads in the monster magazines, but the problem was they were, you know, $50 back in the 80s, and no kid had that kind of money laying around. And if you asked your parents to buy them, they would just look at you like you're crazy. The really hard to find masks that I have that I wanted as a kid were the masks from Halloween 3. And for decades, I could never find them. And I finally have a mint original set, and there's only handfuls of originals that are around today. The moon here is from a silent film called A Trip to the Moon. The movie is very old, so that's one of the coolest pieces in the room, in my opinion. This whole time I've always painted masks, and I actually restore rare vintage masks for people and friends. I never realized how impressive my collection would be till I really started an Instagram account for it. Now there's over 16,000 followers on it, so the collection has blown up more than I can imagine. I think, you know, in the future I would be open to creating my own museum someday, a monster and mask museum.